All right, so hopefully everybody can see my screen. I'm going to minimize this so it looks good, and we are good to go. Welcome to the first annual Keep Framingham Beautiful Awards Ceremony. Almost exactly 1 year ago, we officially joined Keep Massachusetts Beautiful, and tonight is our chance to celebrate all the great work we have done since. Thank you for making the time to come tonight, but more importantly, thank you for making the time to be part of our community each and every day. Our mission is taking action in Framingham for a cleaner, greener, litter-free place to live, work, and play. I rarely use our mission statement and oftentimes just say that we are the most fun group in Framingham. Here's a brief snapshot of some of our major accomplishments in the last year. In February, we joined Keep Massachusetts Beautiful and renamed our group. In April, we hosted the first ever Great Framingham Cleanup. We then received a commendation from the City Council, thanks to Adam Steiner. And in September, we were named the Organization of the Year from the Framingham Rotary Club. In December, we were named Rookie Chapter of the Year by Keep Massachusetts Beautiful. And also in December, we formed an 18-member steering committee. In the year ahead, we have some really wonderful plans. From April 9th to April 22nd, we will host our second annual Great Framingham Cleanup. You can sign up on our website, k-f-b.org/GFC. We also have a number of other initiatives in the works. We've partnered with Superintendent Tremblay to do a series of cleanups at all schools. Our business and city team is making inroads with dozens of local businesses as well as the city. We will launch an Adopt a Spot program this year, and we are hosting and attending dozens of events and cleanups. We will host a fundraiser at some point, but you can always donate at k-f-b.org/donate. Sorry. So the inspiration for this event started in October when Adam and Nora Steiner posted about a cleanup they did at McCarthy School before observing the Indigenous Peoples Day ceremony that emphasized common stewardship of the land, which Adam thought was a fitting theme for KFB. My spontaneous comment on that post was that Adam and Nora just might win the best dad and daughter team when we did our end of year awards. Before making this comment, I had actually not once previously thought of doing an awards event at all, but I've certainly thought about it almost every day since. Thank you, Adam and Nora, and all members of KFB for inspiring me each and every day. It's always important to celebrate our successes, and thus we share our stories with you tonight. Tonight, we'll be giving out 15 awards to 20 or more truly amazing folks. Each recipient will be given 30 seconds to say what they love most about KFB, what KFB means to them, or perhaps to tell a short story about a time with this group. I will start by saying what I love most about KFB. I love that KFB is pure grassroots community activism that is purely positive. I love that folks are doing what they do because they're inspired to be part of the movement. As you will see over the next hour, that inspiration has manifested with quite a bit of creative fun, which I absolutely love. And now to the awards. Our first award of the night goes to Marty Dutton, Barbara Larson, and Melissa Abreu Cunningham as the KFB Best Music Group. These three talented ladies have posted some pretty hilarious rewrites of some old favorite songs. The videos are linked from the presentation, which I will share with the community afterwards. We won't actually watch the videos tonight, but you can watch them anytime you want at home. In September, they performed their rendition of YMCA as KFB. In October, they performed Picking Up the Trash with the help of KFB dancers, Mary Beth and Tracy. And this past week, they recorded their #1 smash hit, The Mounds of Litter. And you guys might have seen it this weekend as we posted it in preparation for this event. So, Marty, can you please unmute yourself and tell us what you love about KFB?
Okay. Oh, Mike, what's not to love, right? It's just such a great community of people. It's so much fun. It's camaraderie. It's people in our very city who think like us. And it's empowering to feel there are so many out there picking up the trash and wanting a beautiful city. I just love it. I love it. It's everything. It's a lot of fun. It's an inspiration, and it's doing a good work.
Well, thank you. You're doing great work, and we really appreciate you. Yes, everybody can clap for Marty. Marty's a superstar on our team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Melissa, would you like to unmute yourself and weigh in as well?
Hello, everybody. I basically just love that we pick up trash. We see it and we actually pick it up and get it off the street. And while we do that, we're building like a community of people who care about each other, care about the place that we live, where we live, play, work. And we have a great time. I mean, I have fun picking up trash, which is something I never thought could be possible. But we make it fun, and you know, just putting out some love out. We put out love for people, for our planet, and that's what I love about it. So
thank you so much, and we love having you as part of the group. You're amazing. Yes. Totally. And last but not least from this particular group, Barbara, would you like to unmute yourself and let us know what you love about KFB?
Hi, everybody. It's good to see everyone's faces. To me, KFB is a total win-win. And sometimes it's easy to feel helpless about the state of the world, and you don't know what you can do to make it better. And what I love about KFB is it's a thing that I'm able to do. It might be a small thing, but I think it makes a difference in the community, and it helps me feel connected to the community. And you know, how often do you get to be with a group of people that have the same mission as you, and there's absolutely no negativity involved? So I'm really grateful to be a part of it, and I love it.
And we love having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. All right. So that's the first. We got 14 more to go, but that was amazing. Thank you guys for sharing. All right. Speaking of sharing, I'll share my screen. We'll get back to it. Our second award goes to Bettina Masana for her local fame as the KFB Most Detailed Poster. Bettina does a regular patrol of the north side of Saxonville, including the Carol Getchell Nature Trail, and recounts her journeys with incredible detail. Given that our Facebook group is where the magic happens, it's critical to our momentum when folks like Bettina write such amazing posts. The sharing of her adventures fascinates and educates folks and inspires them to take action of their own. As you can see, Bettina regularly recounts in elaborate detail her cleanups with many pictures that only add to the interest of her story. Thank you, Bettina, for putting such wonderful energy into your cleanups and to our group. Can you please unmute yourself and tell us what KFB means to you?
Thank you, Mike. Hi, everybody. What I love most about KFB is being a part of a positive and supportive community of people working together to keep our city clean and beautiful. Every person out there who picks up litter deserves an award because we're all contributing to one great cause.
Excellent. Yeah, we all are, and we supremely appreciate the consistency with which you get out and the posts and all of that. So thank you for being part of our community.
It's a lot of fun.
It sure is. Thank you. All righty. So that is our second award for the night. Moving on. Award number 3. Given how much of our work happens within the context of our Facebook group, it's critical that people not only post about cleanups, but that other members comment on these posts. We feel so enlivened when folks respond to the work that we've done. There are a few people that perform this cheerleading role exceptionally well, and we are excited to award Melissa Abreu-Cunningham and Ronnie DeComo as our KFB Cheerleaders of the Year. Melissa regularly writes incredibly sincere and thoughtful comments. Rarely is there a post in our group that doesn't include a heartfelt response from Melissa. You can see just a few of the many, many examples on this slide. I mean, just look at how many words she's giving towards each post and how much thought she's giving, and the fun and the music and all of that. So thank you, Melissa, for constantly commenting with such love and yeah, it's just wonderful. Ronnie comments on tons of posts, and we all really appreciate her consistent cheering. You can see here that just in the last month alone, she's commented on 110 different posts. You can also see how Ronnie's enthusiastic support manifests in her excellent use of emojis. Melissa has already spoken, so I will ask Ronnie to unmute herself and speak now.
You don't. Well, thank you. I love watching the interview with Audrey, finding out the backstory, that it was really a handful of people who were doing this on their own and just found each other and created this wonderful community, which has really blossomed into something that people in Framingham recognize what everyone is doing, and it's just great. It's so uplifting, and it's really it's very inspirational to see, and especially since everything is so positive. I love seeing what people have found, and the stories of people connecting with other people on the street. It's really inspiring. And I know most of you are probably familiar with this quote, but I will read it anyway. It's from Margaret Mead. It's never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So thank you, everybody at KFB, for being so inspirational, really.
Thank you, Ronnie. That's always been one of my favorite quotes. And I think that, well, I'll have to reuse that as part of what we do in KFB, because I think that so sums up what we're doing here. And thank you for your consistent support and being part of this group. We really appreciate it. All right. Wonderful. This is even better than I thought it was going to be. All right, I'm going to share my screen again here, guys. All right, award number 4. So our next made up award goes to Sarah Hamerla for KFB Best Trash Art. Sarah has posted numerous wonderful pictures of trash that she has picked up and arranged in fun and creative ways. Here you can see that she has used empty nips and whipped cream containers to make some hilarious humanoid figures. And here you can see she used whipped cream containers to make a flower, and a hubcap and some other random trash to make another face and figure. While picking up trash can be really frustrating, efforts like Sarah's make it light and fun is what our group is all about. Sarah, would you like to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Sure, I would. So I'm here with my dog, Bella, who fell asleep. But Bella asked me to say a few words on behalf of all the animal helpers we have too in our group. We have Nora's dog, Lucy, and we have some other really great animal helpers out there. Bella and her 8 siblings were found in an empty Little Debbie snack box by the side of the road in Mississippi. And they were shipped to Massachusetts, where we were able to rescue her from Sweet Paws Rescue. So we're really enjoying. So one thing I really love about our KFB group is, all the people and animals that come out and help. and how creative we are. And Joe was the one who really inspired me with the artwork, because he did that as well. And I think we should think like systemically about what our next steps could be, and I've been interested in trying to contact some of the manufacturers of the nip bottles like Smirnoff, Fireball, Grey Goose, and think about what they need to change their policies and practices. So I think those could be some next steps. So we'll think about how to get creative with them too. So thank you all for participating in this awesome group.
Well, thank you, Sarah. We absolutely love and appreciate your input, as well as Bella's. And, the trash art is part of what makes it fun. So keep up the good work. All right. Award number 5. Our next award goes to a group of young men who are absolute powerhouses for 2 of our biggest cleanups this year. Boy Scout Troop 78 is this year's KFB Best Youth Group. Here you can see 7 members of the troop in downtown in April when we attacked the tracks behind Emmanuel Market. They then helped us in October for the Knobscott cleanup that we did as part of the KFB week. I love the ingenuity of using one piece of trash to make it easier to carry others, as we see here. The troop focused their efforts on the rail line next to Hemingway and turned up all kinds of stuff. We are incredibly grateful for their partnership in 2021, and we hope to continue working with Boy Scout Troop 78 in the coming year. It's my understanding that we have William Carrasco and possibly Nick Swan here from Troop 78. So would you guys like to unmute yourselves and speak briefly as to what this partnership with KFB has meant for you guys?
Yeah, so I feel like it was really cool, like seeing everyone kind of pitch in, and I love how like everyone's super supportive and like kind and uplifting and hype about it. And yeah, like those cleanups actually inspired me and Will to do our own little cleanup last year in June. So yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Nick. We really appreciate it. And I think we also had William on the call if he wants to weigh in.
Part of the Boy Scout law is that we are helpful and clean. And I kind of love that this group shares our same morals, helping Framingham stay clean, just picking up trash along like rail trails and parks, and I just love it.
Yes, that's a good point, that our morals align. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your input. It was really fun working with you guys back in April and in October, and I really appreciate you guys putting forth the effort. And it's neat to hear that you guys did a cleanup of your own afterwards. So the inspiration rolls on. Yes, hooray, Boy Scouts! Thank you, Deb. All right, moving right along here. Cool. Award number 6. No one walked more miles in 2021 than Mary Beth Croce. Not just no one in our group, I mean no one in the whole world. Mary Beth took a daily 8 to 9 mile walk around North Framingham every day, picking up trash along the way. She regularly cleaned up Knobscott, Dunning, Walsh, and many other schools and roads. It is my distinct honor to award my mom, Mary Beth Croce, as the KFB Distance Covered Champ. When Sustainable Framingham put forth a challenge with KFB to pick up nips, you better believe that Mary Beth picked up more than anyone else. She did so by logging miles on main roads, ending up at various liquor stores. These are pics from a 14-mile trek with a stop at my house to unload nips, which is more than 4 miles from her own house. And she took the long way to get here. This picture shows her cleaning Route 9 with some of her best KFB friends, and speaking at the Framingham Rotary Club's annual awards ceremony in September. Mary Beth is also an active member of the KFB steering committee. KFB would literally not be where it is today without Mary Beth filling the role of the KFB Energizer Bunny. Mary Beth, can you please unmute yourself and let us know what you most love about KFB?
Sure. I love everything about KFB, but what I really love the most is the people. It's an energetic, amazing group. I've met some really amazing new friends since joining the group and reconnected with some folks that I already knew and learned all kinds of amazing things about them. People just make this group.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mary Beth, Mom. Yeah, I say it all the time. I've met some of the most amazing people as part of this group. And like, I can't imagine where we would each be if we didn't have this. So yes, Mary Beth, the people I think is what I love most too. All right. Award number 7. There are few KFB members who are more appreciated than Debbie Osborne. Debbie goes out on more cleanups than anyone not named Joe Hudock. She has carved out her own fairly consistent route and keeps that route squeaky clean. What we love most about Debbie's efforts are the beautiful pictures that she takes and shares. She has some of the most thoughtful and photojournalistic posts and hence is being awarded KFB Photographer of the Year. Here you can see some pics of Debbie in action. We have a growing number of KFB vehicles and rigs, but my personal favorite is her 3-wheeled bike with the KFB sign affixed to the basket where she collects her litter. Debbie goes out in the wee hours and takes some beautiful pictures at that time of day. Here's 2 examples of some glorious photos that she's taken. And a couple more examples that she shared along the way. Many of us look forward to Debbie's posts and pictures, and we're all honored to have her as part of our amazing community. Debbie, it's now your turn to unmute yourself and share what you love about KFB.
Thank you so much for the acknowledgement of being the best photographer. I love taking the pictures, although it is time consuming and takes away from picking up trash. But I look forward to getting back on my bike again and waking up at 4 o'clock, just waiting until it's just light enough, just barely, to go out. And the parking lots are always lit up, so I start there. And I've really made a big difference in the whole psychology of the people who live here. And it warms my heart to get all the thank yous that people give me. And I love the buses full of kids, seeing some woman out there picking up trash in the wee hours of the morning. So that all of us are setting a good example for everybody else. And thank you, Michael, for taking this all on. And it's wonderful being part of everything. And I love this group and I love all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. We really appreciate all the effort you put in. And yes, sometimes taking pictures and posting does take away from the cleanups, but it is such an invaluable part of the community. It's what inspires people to keep getting involved. It's what inspires us to all keep going. So it is worth the effort and we really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
I'll get back to it. Yes, I've done some pickups without posting, and
it's okay. They don't all have to make the Facebook group. They all count
Yeah.
one way or the other.
I know it's all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Our 8th award tonight goes to Monique Mooney as the KFB Marathon Cleaner Upper. Monique joined KFB through the connection of her friend and city councilor, Janet Lambruno. Monique has a passion for keeping Route 9 clean and regularly does so by herself. On several occasions, she and Joe Hudock did multi-hour cleanups of Route 9, with a few of those ending up being 7+ hour cleanup days for Monique. Just amazing. Beyond her solo cleanups, she has joined multiple group cleanups along Route 9. We deeply appreciate her dedication to one of the busiest and most litter-filled roads in Framingham. Monique has declined the option to speak tonight to give others more time to speak. So I'm going to unshare my screen and we can still give her thumbs up and waves and claps because we really appreciate Monique. Thank you so much, Monique. You're amazing. You have more energy and stamina than I think anybody else in the group. Great work. All righty. Number 9. Adam and Nora Steiner have both been active members of KFB since the beginning. As previously mentioned, Adam and Nora are the main source of inspiration for tonight's event. Many of you know Adam as a city councilor, but I've gotten to know him over the last few years as an ardent supporter of KFB. Adam will tell you that much of his enthusiasm for our group comes largely from his incredible daughter, Nora, who is one of the biggest supporters of KFB herself. Tonight, and every other day of the year, they are the KFB best father-daughter team. They have attended numerous group cleanups and always come with great smiles and great attitudes. Here they are at the Southside Parks and Knobscott cleanups that we hosted last fall. They have also done many cleanups as a tandem, and their posts have been some of the most popular in the community as they are some of KFB's most beloved members. Here they are together at Keefe Tech, where Nora's sister attends school. And the famous shot of Nora with the vacuum cleaner found during a downtown cleanup. Adam and Nora, can you please unmute yourselves and tell us what KFB means to you?
Go first. All right, I'll go first. I'll take it over to you. Okay. Well, thank you, Mike, and everyone. KFB, to me, it was like the perfect antidote to COVID and just this feeling of despair and what can I do that's outside, safe, that'll help Framingham, and that'll feel good, and you can see an immediate impact. And it does all of those things, and it brings people together. Including family members, but also people we've never met before. So near and far. Near and far. All right, Nora, you say one more thing.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, and all of you for putting together this amazing group. Like, not only do I love this group, but I also love helping clean up our community. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to anyone else for that matter. If it's just one person, or doesn't matter if it's one person or 100 people.
Well said, Nora. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Definitely 2 of my KFB favorites. Not that I have favorites. Well, you're all my favorites, but you guys are great. Thank you so much for being part of KFB. Award number 10. Most of our cleanups happen on land, but a few special folks take to the water to do their work. Lynn Spooner did several cleanups of Farm Pond boat launch and made huge progress in 2021. Lynn took this beautiful picture on the right. Marty Dutton, Jim Stockless, Frank Garbarino, and Marianne Tratchell have all cleaned various waterways, and each of them are our KFB Waterways champions. Oops, there we go. Marty Dutton and Jim Stockless both live on the banks of the Sudbury River and have been known to take out boats to pick up litter in the river. Marty calls her kayak the garbage barge, which you can see on the left, and Jim's boat is on the right. Frank Garbarino has regularly patrolled Larned Pond, and you can see the results of an epic multi-day cleanup he did back in June after an apparent graduation party. Marianne Tratchell has her own garbage barge, which she's used to clean up Washacum Pond. Marianne is also a member of the KFB steering committee. Marty's already spoken, and I believe Marianne, Lynn, and Frank are unable to join us tonight. So Jim Stockless, would you like to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Sure. Like many of the people in this group, I've spent a lot of time over the past years, decades, volunteering for Framingham. I always want to give back to this great community. Now, in the last 2 years, I feel like the pandemic has really cut off a lot of roads that I used to use to contribute. And KFB kind of stepped in and filled the void. It's given me a new way to contribute to Framingham, a new way to connect with others, and a new way to make a difference. So I really appreciate it and all the people here.
Thank you so much, Jim. We really appreciate you pitching in. Jim's an active member of our steering committee and has done a bunch of cleanups, and I've gotten to know him a little bit over the recent months, and he's such a valued member of the community. So thank you. And I'm so glad to hear that KFB was able to kind of fill a gap for you during the pandemic, as I think it's done for many of us. So wonderful. All right, now we're heating up, getting some of the heavy hitters in here. Award number 11. A KFB Awards Ceremony would not be complete without including at least one award for Al Raposa. Tonight, we're giving him our KFB Community Hero Award. Before KFB was even a thing, Al was on a personal mission to rid Framingham of litter. Al seems to celebrate everything with a cleanup. Pre-patch game, post-patch game, Indigenous Peoples Day, Halloween, his 1-year KFB anniversary. I can't wait to see what he has planned for Bunker Hill Day next year. In this picture, he rescued this little dude who had flipped over on his back on Elm Street near the pond. Al got him straightened out and safely back home. Al is very active at the Plymouth Church, and in October they hosted a trunk or treat event. Al decked out his truck to educate folks about KFB to inspire them to keep creation clean. Al's truck has been hugely helpful for many individual and group cleanups. Al's trash rig, seen on the left here, is decked out with a Mercedes hood ornament that he found doing a cleanup one day. Al, his rig, and his truck have been on a mission to clean the most littered roadsides in our community, and there are dozens of pictures to prove it. To date, my favorite KFB story of all time was when Al found a $100 bill doing a cleanup of Route 9. He immediately asked himself how he could put the money back into the community. Al regularly volunteers with a place to turn food pantry, so he called over there to see how he could use his newfound funds to help them out. What they needed most was jelly, so he turned the $100 into this much jelly and brought it to them the very next day. To me, this story and Al are what KFB is all about. Al, can you please unmute yourself, make a brief comment about what KFB means to you?
Yeah, I'll have the 3-piece extra crispy with mashed potatoes and a Coke, please. Sorry, since I'm a man of many hats, I will wear my place to turn hat for this part. What I love about KFB is that we're a group of people that leads by example. And each and every one of you are role models in our community for the behavior that we want our community to be displaying. And the other thing that I really love is that you guys support and encourage all levels of effort, whether it be one nip bottle or 15 contractor bags. It gets the same level of enthusiasm, which is what it's all about. Because for me, the goal ultimately is less about picking up litter, and it's really about taking the time from our kind of busy lives to do something that helps the community. So that's what I try to model, and that's why I love you guys, because I see you doing it every day. And also, you guys are a hoot.
You're a hoot, Al, too. You make me laugh all the time. Oh my gosh. He's right, though. Everybody here is a role model, and I think that's what's the beauty of it. And whether it's one nip or 10 contractor bags that Al got on, Gates Road or whatever, like it's just, it all counts. And we do quick picks and we push shopping carts back, and yeah, we're all heroes. But Al is, the community hero for this year. So thank you so much. Pete Mustonen only joined KFB a few months ago, but he's been one of its most active members since. It didn't take him long to earn this year's KFB Parks Persistence Award. Pete, along with his dog Daisy, have put a hurtin' on Simpson Park over the course of the last several months as Pete found the remnants of an old encampment containing many years of litter. Pete was able to get the whole area cleaned over many persistent attempts. He's also cleaned up many other playgrounds at various schools and parks. Here are a couple pictures showing McCarthy Elementary with Daisy and King Elementary School with his kids. Pete, it's now your turn to unmute yourself and tell us what you love about KFB.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I think it is to Debbie and Alan's point about setting an example for what we want community members to model. And I think at first when I was out there with my picker, I was embarrassed a little bit. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. And then you get used to it. And now I'm very comfortable with my kids at a playground with 10 other parents there being the one weird guy picking up trash, because gotten a lot of people saying thank you and I should start doing that. It's a good feeling to have your kids understand that it's good. They love helping, pointing out trash. They're begging to have their own grabbers at this point. So it's funny. But thanks, Mike, for organizing this. Thanks everybody for being such a positive community.
Yeah, Pete, I went through the same thing a long time ago when I started picking up trash, that sort of embarrassment. And, you're feeling like I'm the weird guy picking up trash. But that's the beauty of what we're doing with KFB. There's so many of us, and with us all wearing the bright clothing, it's like, it doesn't take long before you kind of just fit in. So it is a little weird to get started, but hopefully people kind of get used to it real quick, because there is an ever-growing amount of us. So thank you so much for pitching in and doing all the hard work. We love having you in the community. All right, award number 13. Marvelous Mike Tarselli joined our group in 2021 and quickly became a fan favorite. He patrols Saxonville as his home turf, but has been known to do cleanups all over town. Mike is most well known for the specificity with which he counts his cleanups, and for that reason, he wins our award as KFB Statistician of the Year. Mike has counted each bag that he's picked up, and each of his posts lists the sequential bag numbers that each cleanup entailed, with pictures of each bag, as you can see here. He also counts other things he collects, including cigarette butts, with amazing accuracy. Mike even led a group cleanup near Kohl's in August. And he recently inspired several new folks to do cleanups by running a promotion where he donated $10 for each person who did a cleanup in the days leading up to the new year. This isn't the first time that Mike has donated money to KFB. Mike, you are simply amazing. Can you please unmute yourself and tell the group what you most love about KFB? I'm hoping we have Mike. Maybe we don't, because Mike was on a plane to like San Francisco and told me he was going to land around 6:30 and be able to call in. So if he's not here, let's just all like give him the clap, because he's amazing and has done so much in just a year of being with the group. So thank you, Mike Tarselli, marvelous Mike Tarselli, as I call him, because he really is. If you guys haven't met Mike, he's so enthusiastic and so energetic, and he just loves being part of the group. And it's just been really spectacular to have him. So thank you, Mike, wherever you are. You'll watch the recording. We'll hear from you many, many, many more times, I'm sure. KFB Statistician of the Year, marvelous Mike Tarselli.
Statistician.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
All right, we're down to our last couple of awards, guys. This is cooking right along. This is what I wanted. I didn't want this thing to drag on, so this is great. Okay. No one cleans up more trash than Joe Hudak, period. We could probably hold an entire ceremony giving all 15 awards to Joe of his own. Joe is a huge part of the inspiration for the original creation of our group, and he's been cleaning up trash in Framingham for many, many years. For his efforts, Joe is this year's KFB's superhero's superhero. Here you can see a picture of one of his earliest cleanups as part of a group. Guys, he did this all by himself. He seems to never miss a day cleaning up one of his many routes and always does so with a smile. In this case, even the trash is smiling. Joe rarely misses a group cleanup, including this one that we did at FHS in November. Joe has been part of numerous Route 9 cleanups by himself, with Monique and with others. This picture is from one of his personal Route 9 cleanups in the early days. Many times, Joe's taken it upon himself to remove dead animals from the road to save DPW time. From this post that Joe had, he said, "On my way to church, I saw not one but 2 raccoons that had just met their fate. So glad I carry gloves and hefty bags with me." Joe picks up dead animals on the way to church. I mean, come on, guys. It's just ridiculous. He's amazing. Joe's an active member of the KFB steering committee with roles on multiple sub-teams. Here you see him helping out with a KFB gear giveaway that we hosted last April. Joe, KFB would literally not exist without you. Can you please unmute yourself and tell us a bit about what KFB means to you?
Thank you, Michael, and thank you everyone here at KFC. Thank God I feel blessed that I'm able to go out and make a difference every single day. And that's huge. I've been able to go all over, and I just can't say enough about this group. Everyone's so friendly from Michael on down, and I can't wait to go out and pick up garbage. When I get older, the getting out and getting trash has a different meaning. But this is just so great. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Joe. To know Joe is to like Joe. Absolutely, Deborah. So I since we're doing so good on time, I'll take a minute to say something about Joe. So I met Joe about 4 years ago at a couple of Transition Framingham events. And Joe was telling me about his passion of picking up trash. And he just, he had an area that he patrolled near his house and a few other spots around town. And he had this idea of turning it into a citywide initiative, but he didn't quite know how to make it happen. So he and I had a couple conversations, and we said we'd talk about it. And, sure enough, a couple years later, when we decided to officially form the original Cleanup Framingham group, that seed that Joe had planted in my brain a couple of years ago had obviously come to fruition. And so I always credit Joe as being the original inspiration for this group, because if it wasn't for those conversations that I had with him years ago, I don't think we would have ever actually gotten it off the ground. So for inspiring the group, for continuing to help drive the group, for picking up more trash than everybody, thank you, Joe, for being yourself. You're an amazing human being. I've never met anybody like you, and I am honored to call you a friend, a colleague, everything else. Thank you for being part of our community. Yeah, people like Joe, that's for sure. All righty, thanks, Joe, appreciate it, everything. All right, last award, guys, last but not least. Deb Kaplan has done it all for KFB this year. Literally, she's done it all. She's been instrumental in the setting up of the first ever KFB steering committee, and she acts as the vice chair for the committee, as well as the chair of our business and city team. What I personally love most about Deb is that she doesn't wait for somebody to tell her what to do. She just does stuff, and it's always valuable. KFB is a much better organization because Deb is a huge part of it. To me, The only clear choice for KFB MVP this year is Deb Kaplan. Deb has led events all on her own, including a 25-person Route 9 effort in September. Shown here is a picture of Deb and Jake Banal during a different Route 9 cleanup in November that Deb led. She does a tremendous amount of outreach, and her persistence has proven helpful repeatedly. The removal of this ugly newsstand at Knobscott is a great example of her tenacity. She seems to return dozens of shopping carts to their rightful owners on a weekly basis, including loading them up with trash from Chick-fil-A and convincing her friends to push them along Route 9 to where they're supposed to be. She was part of the team accepting the Rotary Club Organization of the Year award, as you can see here. And here you'll see Deb and myself with the trash that was rounded up at the FHS cleanup in November. I give you Deb Kaplan, 2021 KFB MVP. Deb, all right, we're gonna all clap. We're gonna clap multiple times for Deb. All right, so Deb, you can speak now. Oh, I think you're muted. Hold on, you're muted, Deb.
I thought you were unmuting me.
You're good.
Alan Raposa, I'm taking my first ever swig of a Fireball nip right now. I have never had this in my life.
Oh.
I don't drink, and now is when it's happening. And then I'm gonna drive by his house and throw it on the lawn. Thank you, everyone. It was during the Keep Massachusetts Beautiful Awards in December. Thank you, Neil, and Keep Massachusetts Beautiful. It was during those awards that Mike spoke and said that Keep Framingham Beautiful has sort of restored his faith in humanity. And people tonight have spoken about COVID and negativity. Adam mentioned that this has given us like something clean and safe and positive. The positivity on this Facebook page, Mike also said in those awards that there's not a lot of positive places on the internet. Keep Framingham Beautiful is a positive place on the internet. If it's kind of an oxymoron, but Keep Massachusetts and Keep Framingham Beautiful are so positive. And I think Marty was our first speaker tonight, and she just said KFB is everything. We are like-minded people who want to clean up this community. I actually live on Route 9 and I can't stand looking at Route 9. And one of the things that I pushed to do starting in May was get the DOT to get those street sweepers out there and clean Route 9. We'll be doing it again. It's in my calendar. It's been there for a year. And Jack Lewis has helped us with some stuff on Route 9 and the DOT and some stuff. So thank you to everyone. And there was a picture of that Rotary lunch, and because of all the nips we had picked up, and I mean, I think Mary Beth picked up 2,500 nips or something. At that Rotary lunch, I sang a song, and there's really only 4 people in the world that in KFB world that saw it. The rest were Rotarians. So I'm gonna sing my little song to the tune of Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And you can join in with the E-I-E-I-O. And I know you all know the E-I-E-I-O part, and just sing to yourselves talk amongst yourselves in your homes. One day there will be less nips, E-I-E-I-O. So grab a bag and pick up nips, E-I-E-I-O. With a nip nip here and a nip nip there, here a nip, there a nip, everywhere a nip nip. One day there will be less nips, E-I-E-I-O.
Oh, that's it.
Try to get that out of your head. Sorry. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Deb, so multi-talented and so funny. before Deb came along, I was trying to run this organization in my free time and not doing a very good job. And then Deb showed up, and as I said earlier, she just started doing stuff, and it didn't take long before I told her we wanted to start a steering committee and that I wanted her to be the vice chair. It was just obvious that like she had a passion and enthusiasm for what we do, and it translated into so much action. And it wasn't just picking up trash; it was doing 18,000 other things that I never would have thought to do. So the last 6 months or more that Deb has been at my side, it just felt like so wonderful, and it feels like so much more is possible because she's here. So anybody that's ever met Deb or just sees her now for the first time, she's an amazing, amazing person. And I am deeply grateful that you are part of the community and a really, really huge part of the community, like I said. So thank you, Deb, you are amazing. And thank you to all of the award recipients tonight. And everybody that's part of the community, everybody that has done anything or been tangentially involved. I've done a lot of community work in the last 6 or 7 years in Framingham, but this project has been just differently inspiring than anything I've ever been a part of. So, and that's because of you guys. Like Al said, we are all sort of role models in this incredible community. I do want to take a moment to say thank you to Neil Ryan from Keep Massachusetts Beautiful. The last year since we've joined that organization have been incredible. Neil has been super duper helpful in a million different ways. I send him emails like every week. I'm sure I'm bothering him more than most chapters, but I'm so grateful for everything that Neil and the Keep Massachusetts Beautiful team and the Keep Massachusetts Beautiful community, Pat Conaway from Keep Natick Beautiful, and Brad from the Lowell Litter Crew, the other organizations that are doing the amazing litter work in Massachusetts have been so inspiring and so helpful. So beyond Framingham, from Framingham, thank you guys. Many of them are here tonight, which is fantastic. So that's it, guys. That's the 15th.
Wait.
What's up, Deb?
Marty, did we want to say something to Mike, Marty Dutton?
Marty's muted. Hold on. Marty, you're muted. You're still muted, Marty.
Okay, I think, am I good? Okay, yes. So Deb, shall I start?
Go ahead.
So I had thought that Mike deserved a better title, something more exciting than founder. I mean, that's great, but it doesn't really say what this group is all about, right? It's kind of dull. So I broached the subject with Deb and said, what about if we call Mike something like Chief Architect and Visionary? And she agreed, but she said, well, maybe it should be an award. And then Deb came up with something a little bit even more.
Oh man,
yeah.
she knows I love alliteration.
This is your award, Mike. This is you, the Vanguard Visionary.
Oh man.
I had to look up the word Vanguard to see exactly what the definition was in Webster's, and Mike embodies the Vanguard Visionary Award.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Mike is the most optimistic, positive person I might have ever met. I'm not sure. His enthusiasm and his collaboration and being welcoming and accepting of everybody. Mike Croce is a Vanguard visionary. And I guess I'd have to put a shout out to his mom for raising a nice young man. Thanks, Mary Beth.
So I'd just like to add too, that if there was a Hall of Fame for litter pickup, Mike would be there. Mike would be in the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
And that's all I have to say about it.
Well, I thank you guys. I do appreciate the new title or award, whatever. I'll wear it with great honor. Yeah, it's been amazing. Like I feel like I do kind of have a vision for this organization, and I have a bunch of amazing people on the steering committee and beyond that are helping to realize that vision. So it wouldn't be possible without you guys. A vision is only a vision if it's not actually taken to action, but the action comes by all of the work and the posts and all the different people that have been been part of this group, the folks that received awards tonight, and much further than that. I mean, we really could have given out 100 awards. I said that at the beginning, but it was really hard to keep it to 15. I didn't want it to be a 3-hour event, but we had to kind of pick the best of the best. So thank you guys again for being part of this this unbelievable mission, this unbelievable journey, and for just, for being amazing stewards of the community. Thank you so much.
Mike, can I say something before you go?
Yes, Neil, it's all yours.
I just want to say you guys, really are inspiring. We're up to about 40 local chapters around Massachusetts. And when I'm talking with prospects, I'll call them, we recently just started Keep Stoneham Beautiful, Keep Canton Beautiful. And I always tell them, I say, I tell them how to get started. I say, really, one of the first steps is a Facebook group, and you get people talking, and I point them to your Facebook group because you guys are the model of positivity and just that can-do attitude. And I even have a little bit of, I've been doing this here in Mansfield since 2008, and we do great with our big community cleanups. We get 500, 600 people every spring. But when it comes to the day-to-day stuff, I'm actually have litter picking envy. I watch your group, and I'm like, we do monthly cleanups, but we don't get the turnout that you guys get on a regular basis and the enthusiasm level. So just congratulations to everyone here, and thank you for all you're doing. I didn't have a KFB cap, so I'm wearing my Keep Mass Beautiful baseball hat, but I might have to order some KMB caps. I like those.
Awesome. So that's Neil Ryan from Keep Massachusetts Beautiful, and I will give him another shout out here because he's been unbelievably helpful. We joined KMB almost exactly a year ago, which is why we're kind of doing this award ceremony now. We think of that transition from the group that we called Clean Up Framingham to the organization of Keep Framingham Beautiful. That transition that we made a year ago was a huge shift and step forward for us. And in that last year, Neil has been unbelievably helpful. Like I said, helping us set up all kinds of different stuff and helping us order shirts and grabbers and answer questions and, get things set up on the website. It's like I said, almost every week I have a question for him or more often. And without the support of Neil and other folks on his team, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you, Neil, for coming tonight. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for starting Keep Massachusetts Beautiful. As he said, KFB is only one of 40 organizations, and those organizations would not exist without Neil and the hard work that he's done. So we're going to end the night with thank you, Neil Ryan from Keep Massachusetts Beautiful. Huge thank you and support for everything you've done.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
Have a good one. We'll see you out on the streets picking up trash. Have a great night.
You will.
Everyone.
Okay, bye.
Everybody, sorry to be late. Bye.